Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me and, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you. Another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, hey, folks, and play brief series V's I do for Luana. Go over there, try food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff. Then, folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff that, at the time I'm doing this, folks, given the amount of sirens and, things that have been going on where I'm doing this, I'm beginning to question whether or not I should have traveled to make this review. But anyway, we'll get to that. Folks, super simple format. I'm going to go over there, I'm going to try out food and or drink items. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammering on about it. Whilst I'm doing that, I'm inside the truck. Whilst I'm doing that, I'm wearing a super cool shirt. Folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I like to highlight super cool shirt. Super cool shirt am I wearing? Boom! It's my GoBots Battle of the Rock Lord shirt. Which, if you are not familiar with the GoBots, or maybe even, I don't know how it'd be possible, maybe you're not familiar with the Rock Lords, but if you're not, the GoBots were a run of toys. It was actually multiple runs of toys from Japan originally that were eventually just bought up by one company and then released under the title of GoBots. They actually came out almost exactly around the same time as Transformers. It was kind of a run to the market. They actually had a cartoon show and everything. And they even had a movie. And that's actually what Battle of the Rock Lords was. And it was in theaters and everything. I still love the GoBots. I was, as a kid, and even to this day, amongst the fandom and everything, there is this thing of GoBots are just the Kmart Transformers. They're blah, 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 blah. I swear to fuck, so many sirens. I seriously am starting to think that, we have to be, is this a Wolverines type situation? Are we being attacked by North Korea? God damn. But anyway, there is this kind of, look down upon the GoBots as being, inferior to the Transformers. And I'm not going to say that Transformers has certainly endured a lot better, but I will say as a kid, I never made any distinction. I was just so happy I had 2 shows about transforming robots. But anyway, what am I trying for y'all, folks? Why did I have to travel to apparently fucking Apocalypse Now neighborhood? Well, folks, it's because I don't have a White Castle near me anymore, and boom, it's from White Castle. Specifically, this is their new item. Ha ha ha! Let's see, can I do better than that? I want to do better than that. Can he get 3? Ha 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 ha! Maybe. Sort of. Can I do better? Ha 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 ha! Sure, why not? These are their new Cheddar Rings. Now here's the thing. I've reviewed stuff from White Castle before. Plenty of times. Well, not plenty of times, but, multiple times. Reason why I haven't is because, if you weren't aware, White Castle got themselves into a bunch of trouble for lawsuit reasons and shit. You can look into it, all the details and stuff. But, they're being sued for, $30 billion. So, they started closing down a lot of locations, including the 2 that were closest to me, including one that had been around literally since I'd been a little kid. So, I had to travel a bit to, again, it's just Mad Max and all kinds of crazy stuff, Thunderdome, to go over there and get a couple of their new items. One of which are their Cheddar Rings. So, let's try it out, see if it's worth me having to go over there and fight against Lord Humongous. That was Mad Max. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. That almost makes it worth it for the 8-minute wait time I had to wait when I made my order. Thing with White Castle, man, it is hit or miss as to how quickly you're going to get your food. There have been times when I've waited way too long. This wasn't horrible, but it was still too long. But at the end of the day, it's about, hey, is the food good? Are they making it well? And in this case, yeah, absolutely. The breading is nice and crispy. The inside is nice and warm and gooey. And now that I think about it, these are basically just a play on their mac and cheese bites. just minus the mac part of the equation. But it's essentially the same thing. It has a very similar flavor profile. But they are good. I mean, they were genuinely, like I said, I think these were prepared well. I'm guessing these were the things that took the longest to make. I got a pack of 10. I think. For a pack of 10, I paid $7.59 for anybody who's interested. But yeah, they're good. Like I said, I think even though I had to wait a little bit, I think that it was worth the wait on these. The cheddar tastes nice. I mean, you know, it's fast food cheddar, so I mean, you're not exactly expecting artisanal. By the way, I just did a review of this. Hillbilly Classic Lemonade. Go watch that review. You know, it's fast food cheddar, but it's got a decent cheddar flavor. There's no, like, weird aftertaste or anything. Yeah, man. I think, here's the thing. It is kind of one of those things where it's like, it's sort of an in-between new item, because they already have chicken rings, and like I said, they seasonally or, you know, occasionally have the mac and cheese bites. It's basically just combining those two things. So it becomes kind of a thing of like, well, what are they bringing to the table? The answer is, I mean, not that much realistically. Like, the mac and cheese bites are better than these. The chicken rings are probably better than these, depending on what you want. But, like, as just their own item, like, they are good. Like, they're tasty, and they're actually well prepared. Like I said, I like the structural integrity of it. The crispy outside, the gooey inside. I mean, that's just contrasting textures that are delicious. They've got a lot of flavor to them. I mean, they're good. I would prefer the mac and cheese bites, personally. But, for being just, you know, what's most likely a limited time one-off item, sure. If they can fill the hole that are the mac and cheese bites, alright. Okay. I mean, two questions have to be asked. Would I get him again? Would I recommend him? Yes and yes. I mean, again, for me, it all comes down to whether or not the mac and cheese bites are on the menu also. Those are on the menu. I'm getting those. Would these replace chicken rings for me? No, chicken rings are they're their own experience. But as like, cause you know, White Castle, to their credit, man, say what you want about their sliders. Some people love them, some people hate them. I tend to like them. They do have good sides, you know, and they do tend to try new stuff and things. I think these are a good one. You know, I don't think they're as good as, like, their mozzarella sticks. Again, I don't think they're quite as good as their chicken rings. But, like, as just in their own individual item, not comparing them, I think that they're a nice little addition. And I think they are exactly what they say they are. And as long as they're prepared well, like these were, they're actually really tasty. So, as for recommending them to other people, yeah, man, I'd say give them a go. Like I said, I'm guessing they're probably going to be a limited time item, so, you know, check them out when you can. And, you know, they're just little rings of cheddar. They're tasty. Anyway, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of the week, monumental rest of the month, tremendous rest of your folks. You can go there and have yourselves a truly, mac and cheese bites tastic rest of your life, because mac and cheese bites are just better for sure. But that's just one man's opinion. One man who stood against them all. I actually ran into a guy on the social medias earlier today who that was his whole personal platform was like, I'm right and you're all wrong and blah 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 blah. I mean, look, folks, believe what you want to believe, that's fine. But I'm not going to say change your opinion just because, there's lots of people saying to do so. Like, work with what works for you. But at a certain point, like, maybe reassess what you personally believe. I'm not saying you got to give it up. I'm just saying, think about it. If you have X amount of people, a lot of whom are probably pretty smart, going over there and saying something, I'm just saying maybe, because like I feel like that's a problem that so many people have, is we just get mired in our own opinions. And oftentimes they're based on nothing. Like, they're just bullshit that we just decide to believe because maybe one person agrees with us, or sometimes not even. And it's like, it's fine, you can do that, but, like I said, what the fuck am I going on about? Anyway, final two things. Sorry, I went on a weird tangent there. Final two things. Number one, try to bring some positivity in the world. So as possible it is, however, I always appreciate it. But what you do, can't do all the time. I know I can't do all the time. You're just going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, it's not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Especially when you got fucking idiots on the goddamn... Oh, my God. I try not to let it get to me. And as I've gotten older, I've gotten a lot better about that. Like, these days, I used to get into fucking arguments with idiots and stuff. And every now and again, I'll indulge myself a little bit. But typically speaking, these days, I just block people. I'm just like, I just fucking can't be bothered. It's like I could go back and forth with you for the next fucking 40 minutes about this, that, or the other thing, why you're an ass clown, but fuck it, you already know inside. But it is important we run into stressful situations, things like that, etc. Take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, here's what I want you to go out and do. Don't be an ass clown. And mind you, that's very vague. Like, there's lots of things, just people... Try to live your life in at least a semi-logical way instead of just fucking raging about emotional bullshit. Like, I'm not saying you don't have a right to go over there and get upset about things and stuff. It's like there's things that are worth getting upset about. But, just take a step back. Just for a second. And I like to think that you fine folks in my audience, I like to think that you're all very awesome and logical people and stuff, and hey, I get emotional about shit too, don't get me wrong. But like, let's collectively as a species, let's take a little time to just be like, you know what? And then think about what we're going on about. Anyway. Or conversely, you just do that. I'm not even going to give you a conversely. Let's all do that as a species. God damn. Bye.